Why hello there. So as you already know by the title, today is the Goth-O-Graphic Wet n Wild collection. When I saw this online, that they were first marketing it, I lost my mind. I was like, I need this. I've been trying to not buy any more makeup because I have so much already, but I had to have this. As soon as I saw it was online, I went and I bought it, got it off the website. It just arrived last night, so of course I had to do a look with it today. Everything about this packaging, the skulls, the pink, the holographic element, I think they knocked it out of the park with the packaging. But as far as the products themselves, well, you'll just have to keep watching to find out. So if you'd like to see my review and thoughts on everything in the new Wet n Wild Goth-O-Graphic collection, as well as a makeup tutorial for the look I'm wearing right now, please keep on watching. And quick disclaimer, I am not sponsored by Wet n Wild. I bought this with my own money. I am a huge fan of the highlighters, the eyeshadows. The liners are okay. They're very pretty when they're blended out, especially this white one as the inner corner highlight. And the lipsticks are much better as lip toppers, especially over a black base. You can really see all the glitter and they just pop a lot more. And I love the highlight as well. My favorites were definitely the liquid catsuit eyeshadow. I just love how they layer well. They look absolutely stunning. They're a lot more subtle without any kind of a base underneath, but they are still very pretty, and with a black base, love this. I can't stop staring at it in my monitor. And right now, if I do touch it, a little tiny bit comes off on my hand, but nothing terrible. And when I first saw these, I assumed that they would be like the Stila Glitter and Glow shadows, and I even thought that they looked kind of similar, because this one, which is the Goth Tears, reminded me a lot of Sea Siren from Stila, but they are very different. Stila is a lot more pigmented, and it actually transfers a lot more than the Wet n Wild one. The Wet n Wild one stays put very well, but after a while, I noticed last night when I was wearing it just on my eye without any primer or any base, it stayed, but after I'd say about 3 or 4 hours, it did start to not crumble off, but it started to wear off. I'd look and I see that there were patches missing, and then when I rubbed it with my eye, it came right off. And then when I rubbed it with my eye, what? And then when I rubbed it with my finger, it came right off. So I'm curious to see how the wear time will change when it's over a base like this. But I am a huge fan of the eyeshadows for sure. I'm so glad I got all of them. If I had to repurchase, I would definitely buy all of them. Now, as far as the liquid lipsticks go, I think they're very pretty. Again, I feel like they do really, really well as a lip topper because then you can see all the glitter and all the metallicness of it. But by themselves as a lipstick, you'd have to layer them at least, I'd say, 3 to 4 times to get even close to the opacity that's in the bottle. So I think they should have marketed these as lip toppers instead of liquid lipsticks, because I've never tried the liquid catsuit formula that they have. I've heard very good things about it. These are definitely worth it if you like having a lip topper, but not so much as a liquid lipstick. As far as the liners go, I really like this white one as an inner highlight. It was a little streaky, and the others were as well, but I feel like over a base or using multiple layers will definitely get you that color payoff that you want. But for me, if I had to buy again, I probably would not buy the lipsticks. Maybe I'd buy one just as a lip topper, and the eyeliners I would probably skip except for the white one. Skull Prayer is definitely my favorite, so I would definitely purchase this one. The highlighters. I would repurchase every single one except for maybe the highlighting stick, but that is simply because I am not a fan of more subtle highlights. I like them to be blinding and in your face. So that's the only reason why I would not repurchase this one. This one is great if you want to have a more subtle look, and it's very pretty. I love how it went on the skin. It did pick up a little bit of my foundation, but nothing terrible. And these guys are amazing. My only qualm with this one is that when I did put it on my skin, as you saw in the swatch, when I turned my face, it looked like there was a black or gray streak. So that's the only reason why I would not purchase this one again. White Raven is my absolute favorite. I love this highlight. I love how pink it is. It's gorgeous. And then I think the one that I would repurchase again, no questions asked, is this one, which is the, I forget, Moon Tears? I would absolutely buy this one 10 times over because it is so blinding. So to start off this tutorial for this look, I already did my foundation and contour, so I'm going to draw out my original shape using a black eyeshadow, and then I'm going to fill it in using this Sinner kind of gel mousse eyeliner from LA Splash Cosmetics. And for those of you interested in what I'm using the Urban Decay Blackout eyeshadow. So now that I've got my shape all down and I'm happy and they're somewhat symmetrical, I'm going to fill them in. And I didn't use any primer or anything like that on my eyes because this gel liner sets so well, you don't need any primers underneath. And my inspiration for this eye look and shape is Toxic Tears, because I was just watching her 10 goth cliches video on YouTube and she had this look on where it was just the plain black. And I thought it was so stunning and very striking, so I wanted to try it myself. And now that my top shape is all done, I'm going to take my Marc Jacobs gel liner and just line my lower lash line and smoke that out as well. And then for the final touch, I'm going to use my NYX Epic ink liner just to make sure that my lines are super crisp. Alright, so I added a little tiny baby inner wing as well, and now for the fun part. I'm going to be using every single one of the Liquid Catsuit eyeshadows on top of the black we just put down. And I'm going to go from lightest to darkest, starting in the inner corner with this shade, which is called Pure Intention. And I'm just going to blend that out using my finger. And I'm going to use the shade Mystic Dreamer. And I find that blending it out with a small brush like this is actually a lot better than using your finger. So right now as I'm looking at these two, they're not very different. Like this one has a little bit more pink in it, but they look almost identical when next to each other, which is really strange. And I'm going to use Goth Tears, which is one of my favorite shades. So now for the final shade, I'm going to use this one called Nyctophilia and finish up our wing. So there's a little bit of black there at the top because I wasn't able to get there with the applicator or my brush that I was using. So I'm going to use a teeny tiny little brush like this now and fill in all the black. And there we have it, the eyes are all done. I'm just going to throw on some mascara and we can move on to the highlighters. Actually, hopefully this won't screw it up, but I'm going to use that white liner in Skull Prayer in my inner corners. And now for the highlight, I'm going to go in first with Hello Darkness. It's very pretty. It's very subtle. I like that it has that bluish purple glow to it. So that'll be the base highlight for the other stuff I'm going to put on top. I love how creamy this is. And it's super easy to blend. And now I'm going to go in with White Raven, which is my favorite highlighter, I think, from the collection. Get a little more payoff when you apply it with your finger. And now I'm just going to do my brows really quick using my LA Splash Brow Mousse in Dahlia. So I'm going to take the Kat Von D liquid lipstick in the shade Witches, which is the black shade, and put that as a base. So now on top of that, I'm going to use these shades Death to Unicorns with Gunmetal Heart as a highlight in the middle. It's very subtle, but it adds like a little bit of glitter and a sheen to it, so I'm a big fan of this as a lip topper. Wow, that is super pretty. And I would never have known this if I had just tried this as a lipstick, but as a lip topper, it actually has red and pink glitter in it, which is super, super pretty. And that is it for this review and tutorial. Let me know if you guys would like to see more looks of me using everything in this box. And I will see you in my next video, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Bye! I was looking for something to wear for this tutorial, and I found this in my closet, which is super cool. I forgot I had this. I found this on eBay, actually, and then I pulled out my spiky bra for you guys.